Hello everyone, this is Chuck. I did not get this video completed as early as I would have liked, but I ran out of steam. But at least I did get everything posted and everything is set now. Okay, so I'm going to go to weekly module, start here, and we are in week 4, so I'm going to click there. Under Chapter 3, Cells, the Living Unit, you'll see there are 2 screencasts you are to complete: Introduction to Cell and Plasma Membrane, and Membrane Transport and Cell Junctions. Just realized that's misspelled. I'll go correct that. If you pop in there, you will see the first screencast. So this is linked to a YouTube video where I introduce you to the cell and cover the plasma membrane. Here are the slides that you can print out or view if you would like. Step 1, before you watch the screencast, you should read the pages that the screencast is going to cover. As I said, you need to treat it just like a in-person lecture, so read pages 61 through gap junctions, which is on page 68. Then watch the screencast. Notice at the very beginning of the screencast, I'll give you all the learning objectives, what you're supposed to learn, and then at the end of the screencast, I'll review those learning objectives. Then step number 3, after you finish watching the screencast, maybe review some of your notes, what have you, then complete the self-test questions. The self-test questions will give you a grade, but they in no way will impact your grade in this class. It will give you a grade, it will show up on Blackboard, but again, it is not tied to your actual grade. It is a way for you to self-test or self-assess your knowledge of the material that was covered on the screencast. And here's that self-test right here, self-test, Introduction to Cells and the Plasma Membrane, 4 multiple choice questions that cover the material that I introduced in that screencast. The second screencast is on plasma proteins and cell junctions. The pages that you read here cover this material also, so there are no new pages to read. Just simply watch the screencast and then again complete the self-test. I want to also take this opportunity to remind you, you have next week your practical or lab exam. It will cover all of the labs through this week. So your human body and orientation, axial skeleton, appendicular skeleton, and the cell cycle and cell division. Make sure that you use your study guides to guide your preparation for the lab practical. The lab practical will take the entire lab time. There's no new information, so all you have is a lab practical next week. There's no pre-labs. There are no lab quizzes. I don't give you a lab quiz on the material that we cover prior to the exam. So there's no lab quiz covering cell division and the cell cycle. On Monday in lecture, we will be finishing biochemistry. So we'll cover the rest of proteins and then the nucleotides. And then the plan is to go into passive membrane transport and active membrane transport. So for Monday, also read in your textbook passive membrane transport and diffusion of molecules down the concentration gradient. That starts on page 68, and read all up to the cytoplasm, because my plan is to cover all this material in lecture after we complete the remainder of biochemistry. All right, so that's all I have for you. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you, and have a great rest of your week and a great, even better weekend.